Welcome everyone to today's Empyrion Workshop Showcase. Join me as we take a look at the Donatello. Today's design is the Galactic Corporation's Tortuga class Donatello Mark IV. This is an unlock level 25 size class 3 capital vessel design coming to us from creator Barlock. Now this is a creator requested look at the ship, so let's dive on in. Now one of the first things to notice about the Donatello is of course the color scheme. It has green on top like the shell, orange on bottom like the underside of the shell, and purple like the turtle himself, Donatello. Towards the rear of the ship you will find on the left side the hangar bay door leading into the ship. This is a moderately spacious hangar bay area, and as you can see there are a few thrusters that are visible. Some are in the walls covered up by grates. However, there are 3 exposed thrusters sitting in the floor, which means when these are active, you do not want to be standing too close to them. You'll also see we have a repair bay module in the floor, as well as of course the control panel for handling the repairs, and we have an oxygen station over here. And of course in the very top of this in the ceiling, you will find a large hangar bay door that can be used to fly in or out with your large or small vessel. Now heading through the door here, we come into the elevator, and going down a level first, we see 2 doors. Each one has its own lever, and if you trigger one of these levers, it will open the door and extend a ramp downwards. The interesting thing to note here is that the ramp actually extends down further than the ship will land on the ground, because this is where the landing gear is, which means either the ramp needs to be made shorter or the landing gear need to be dropped a little bit lower. And you'll also notice that the turrets stick down into the ground as well, which means yes, the landing gear need to be repositioned on this a little bit lower than they are. So now back at this door, if we go straight through the elevator and straight through the purple door, we come into an area where we have some cargo boxes, fuel storage, our harvest cargo box, and ammo box. We also have RCS above our heads, and going through here, we have a fuel tank. But if you look on each side of the fuel tank, you can see a cargo box, which if you target just right, you can access through the corner here. Heading up the elevator, we come into the crew lounge, where you see on one side we have some nice, business tables where they have some PCs they can access, a lounge little area with the couch and a large TV. Over here we have some eating tables, as well as the kitchen area bar, where you'll find your food processor and a fridge. And once again, going through the purple door, we come into the next hallway, where you see we have an enclosed grow plot area containing a total of 20 grow plots, and room for a few more on the end if you wish, or you can of course put something there like food processors or additional fridges. Now before you head on into this area, if you stop and look to your left and to your right, you will find again purple doors and then green doors, and going through these you actually step outside of the ship. Going down the hallway just past the grow plots, you come into this area where you will find an armor locker, repair station, O2 station. We have our warp drive fuel tank, another O2 station, interestingly side by side, as well as a clone chamber right here. And then walking down, we are in the medical bay area, where we have of course our 4 scanners and our medic station. And now moving past the oxygen tank and the warp drive fuel tank, we come into the bridge command area, where again you will see we do have thrusters that are covered up by grates but are still visible in the walls. We also have a lot of LCD screens, display screens for controlling everything, and coming up here we have passenger seats, as well as the nice captain's chair here up top on a nice perch where he can look down at the underlings as he bosses them around. Once again, this is the Galactic Corporation's Tortuga class Donatello Mark IV, or you can just call it the Donatello for short. It is an unlock level 25 size class 3 capital vessel with 16 fuel tanks, giving you a total of 66,300 fuel capacity, and with the thrusters turned off, you can see I have just over 18 hours of use. It also carries 14 oxygen tanks for a total of 23,000 O2, and only needs 2,108 to fill it up. There are 6 ventilators and 3 oxygen stations, with of course 2 of those being directly across from each other, as well as the 1 medic station and 1 clone chamber. For weaponry, it comes with 4 pulse lasers, 1 plasma turret, 3 minigun turrets, 6 rocket turrets, 3 cannon turrets, 2 rocket launchers, and of course the utility items, the 2 laser drill modules, a multi-turret, and a drill turret. In total, it carries 19 cargo boxes and 2 ammo boxes. A large number of these are hidden away in the underside of the ship. It also carries the 1 fridge, 1 food processor, and 1 advanced constructor, which is hidden. When it comes to resource costs, you're going to have a pretty hefty amount of Erestrum and Zascosium, of course, due to the weapons used. Beyond the 1,648 Erestrum and Zascosium, the resource cost for this really isn't that bad. Now, if you would like to cut down the resource costs a bit, especially in terms of the Erestrum and Zascosium, there is an alternate version of this that does not have the weaponry. Now, this is definitely an interesting looking ship from the outside because of the Ninja Turtle color scheme, which I do like, and it does have an asymmetrical design going for it so that things are not matching it identically on each side of the ship. However, as I showed earlier, I think the landing gear needs to be set a bit lower on the ship so that the turrets are not glitching into the floor, as well as the ramps when they extend from the lower doorways. Once again, this is the Galactic Corporation's Tortuga class Donatello Mark IV design coming to us from creator Barlock. If you would like to check the design out, I will have a link in the description below, and as I said, on the workshop page, it also has a link to the weapon-free version of this if you would like something with a little bit lower resource cost. If you try out either version of this design in your own game and you like it, be sure to leave a thumbs up and a nice comment on the workshop page for that design. That is it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave me a like, leave me a comment, and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.